Okay, hi everyone and welcome back to the channel for another bike check video. I recently realized that I had done like the bike check video for that one for the Mielec Low Pro Gloss Black, but like 2 or 3 years ago, and I've changed a lot of things since then. So it was time like for an update on all the things I've changed and why it's even better than before. All right. So well, as you can see, the frame is the same. This is the Mielec Low Pro. So low profile with an aggressive like classic track design, which like now most of the frames of the fixed gear frames now they have like the horizontal top tube, but I like the fact that this one's like that kind of like almost old school Pursuit low profile. So that's a Mielec done in Eastern Europe, aluminum 7005. Super stiff but super heavy for aluminum. This one is gloss black, all right. All the tubes are quite massive. This one is a triangular tube. This one is like a ridiculously massive 80 mil round tube, because the idea initially was to have something a bit like the BMC track machine, which has like a massive down tube, and this is the case with that one. As you can see, all the it's all welded, by the way. It's aluminum and it's welded, so really a clean finish. Simple gloss black, which is what I prefer, to be honest. I think gloss black is just the best. So that, yeah, massive down tube. As you can see, if you have a look at this, it's so wide that there's just enough space for like the bottom bracket, and there's nothing that goes over because 80 is just so ridiculously wide. So that's why it's a bit heavy, but that's all right. What was interesting about that frame is that that's a tapered head tube, and that was the first that Mielec did. I asked him, because that was, I think, my second or maybe third frame that I had him build for me. And so I said, well, I'd like to have a tapered top tube. He had never done it before, and he did this for me for the first time. I don't know now if he's doing it anymore or not, but this was the first time for him. So that was cool. The things that are the same. So the seat post, Thomson Elite, CNC, one of the most beautiful, in 31.6, one of the most beautiful seat posts, I think, straight, which goes, of course, with the Thomson Elite stem. By the way, this is minus 17, so I don't know, because maybe it's because of the angle on the ground, I don't know, but it's slammed, all right, minus 17 degrees, so really slammed. And again, just a beautiful CNC aluminum Thomson stem. This one is the 2 bolts version. I think aesthetically it's even better than the Force Cruise one, but that one only works with aluminum handlebars because the 2 bolts, there's just not enough carbon. So it's a well-known fact that if you choose that one, which looks just gorgeous, you gotta get like aluminum handlebars. And with the Thomson toe cap, of course, I like those spacers, because of the cutouts, just like the stem itself, so you can see the carbon fork through it, which I think it's a cool, very cool detail, just straight out of CNC AliExpress quality shit, just like the seat collar. I love that one as well. Again, it's a GUB Gub. This is a brand from AliExpress doing like a lot of components like that of actually high quality CNC aluminum. So triangular, and this one is massive. That's carbon. Very simple, very basic bottle cage. What I like is that there's no hole in there, so this is really like for track and nothing else. No place for a rear brake in here. If you have seen the original video, you might remember that I actually had a brake there, brake lever, a poled black one with a silver cable and a silver brake caliper in CNC, but recently I decided to take off the brake on that one as well. It was the last one with the front brake I had for training and racing around at Longchamp, but I just decided to take it off, and it was just so much better without, that I said, okay, fuck it, I'm leaving it like that. There was a hole on the fork, but I've covered it because it looks just better. All right, so it's much cleaner now. And yeah, before I forget, as you see right there, it is 6.9 kilograms, so under 7. for that frame, for that super, anyway, heavy frame of 7005 aluminum, this is pretty good, especially with the massive down tube I told you about. So 6.9, I'm very happy with this. The crankset is still the same, the idea with the 51 teeth. This is the specific track 3D24. It also exists in full black, and it's great. So right now this is 5114. So this is like my winter training fixie. This is the one I use when we ride in the winter, when it's cold and when it's raining and when it's slow. So it's been through like so many thousands of miles in the rain and in the cold and in the wet, but it still looks clean, of course, because I take care of my bikes. The chain, you know it by now, you probably recognize it. I love that chain. This is the KMC K1 SL with all those cutouts in the pins, in the links, etc. And it's silver, obviously. I might change it later for now Salt, a BMX brand. They've taken that chain and they put it like silver and black, and I think it's gonna go cool on that one as well. But one of the first new thing on the build are the wheels. So these are 55 mil carbon wheels laced on a Velo C Roll CE track hub. I think this is 24. And I've told you about the Velo C Roll CE track hubs that are really great. I think the pair is like 270 grams, which is so light for just a little bit over $100. This is a steal, because like you can pay 3 times more than that to get something equivalent from other brands. But for that price and that weight, it's just crazy, and it's really good quality. They've been through a lot, like I said, winter, rain, wet, cold, and always intense rides, just not chill, right? And they're still there, no problem, roll, excellent. They've been laced with, of course, Sapim CX-ray spokes, bladed and light, but in silver. And yeah, the combination of those, of course, looks great. As you can tell, this whole bike is about being gloss black and shiny silver, all of it. So it makes sense. The rims are just basically UD glossy, all right, 55 mil. What I like about those ones, of course, they're tubeless, is that they are 28 wide and 21 internal. 28 wide, I think maybe up to 29 at the most. And on those, I put the Michelin Power Cup in 28. The clincher version, so that inside there's a TPU inner tube. This one, the Think Rider TPU inner tubes with a valve of 85. And by the way, I'll show it in a minute, but there's a shorter valve in the front. So the Michelin Power Cup, they're famous for being really wide tires. And indeed they are, because in that one, believe it or not, because of the 21 internal, they inflate to 31 millimeters. So these are actually like, 31 millimeters tires. So they look great. I love how beefy they look. The comfort is excellent, and they ride super fast. I mean, they're one of the fastest all-round clincher tires. Same in the front, 28. As you can see, that's 65 mil valve, but same, I think, right, a TPU inner tube. The tire clearance, as usual, is narrow, but it fits. And yeah, actually, I think these, on that one, you see that there's a braking surface, because of course, before I had a brake caliper there, but it's gone now, so there's still the braking surface, and not in the back, by the way, which is what I wanted initially. It's just that one is basically a rim for disc brakes, so no braking surface on that one, because I was never going to put a brake on that. So, but now even in the front, I don't even use a brake anymore. But that's okay. And yeah, have a look at the roll, at the hub, the Velo C Roll CE. It looks just, I mean, it's low flange, but again, Sapim CX rays, and I don't know how crossed that is, but anyway. So those wheels, they're with TPU tubes and the Michelin Power Cup, they're actually quite light, very light combination because of the Sapim CX rays and the track hubs and those light 55 carbon rims. So that's how you get down to 6.9. And the last thing that I changed on that one, the saddle is still the same. the Physique Curve Snake one. Now, this is a saddle from, I think, 2017, but I still ride it because it's great. I like the look of it. And so yeah, I'm keeping it. Why not? Why change it? I know I could get lighter saddles, but that's fine. But the most, maybe one of the most interesting change was actually swapping to what are actually gravel bars. These are the Ricci Butano something, I can't remember. So there's some sort of a tiny, as you can see, minimal aero flat section right there. What's interesting above all is the fact that they are 38 centimeters wide on the top and I think 42, 43 in the drops. So with a nice typical gravel flare, which is what I like now. I like bars with a nice flare to be narrow and aero, to be more aero on the top when I'm like basically putting my hands like that, or when I'm drafting or like that, you know, when I'm pushing, when I'm pulling the pack, or I'm just going like that very low. And 38 is the way to go. But still, if I need to somehow sprint or something, I still have a bit of leverage because of the 42 flare thing. These are actually not easy to find in the way that I wanted aluminum gravel bars with a flare, but 38 on the tops, and that was actually difficult because most of them, they begin at 40. And for the bar tip, you might have recognized the Supercast black and silver because, I mean, it's self-explanatory right now. And yeah, the computer mount, very simple, and it goes well. I forgot to put the computer mount, but yeah, you get the gist. It's very simple and it looks great. And see that? And also, I have like really not a lot of space to put a bike computer there, and there's nothing that can go with that one because of the 2-bolt system. So it had to be very thin, like a computer mount. But this one is great and it looks fantastic, very simple. So that's it. Yeah. It's very pure, I think. This is what I love about that bike, is that it's very simple, it's very clean, very pure, and now it's lighter than ever before, thanks to the TPU tube, to the light Michelin Power Cup tires, the very light track hubs from Veloci Roll CE, and also, yeah, by the way, the handlebars, even though they're aluminum, and they actually decently light. They are 200, the Ricci Butano comp, something like that. They are like 285 grams. But yeah, so they're honestly quite light for aluminum bars, and I love the look of it. I love the flare aspect. It looks just great. I mean, look at that. That's pretty clean, right? No cables, no nothing. Yeah, all internal cables, or maybe just no cables at all. So that's it. That's I think, yeah, this is probably the final version of this Mielec Low Pro Gloss Black, on which I've done more than, I think, 10,000, maybe 15,000 kilometers on it. And always, like I said, in bad conditions and not but it's still there, still rocking, still riding excellent. I love that bike so much. Okay, so that's it for that one, and see you in the next video.